Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam teman-teman semua. Selamat bertemu kembali dengan saya Agus Setiawan Basuni. Saat ini live dari WartaJazz House Gallery di kawasan Cimanggis. Dan Anda sedang menyaksikan program spesial kami, yaitu WartaJazz Talks yang kali ini sudah memasuki edisi ke-41. Good evening everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is Agus Setiawan Basuni speaking from WartaJazz, live from our WartaJazz House Gallery in Cimanggis, Indonesia. Tonight, we will have some special guests that we really excited about to have them. And let me just introduce you with our special guest tonight, which is a trio. Very, I'll say, handsome and young, coming from Vienna. So malam ini kita akan bertemu dengan satu tamu spesial, yaitu trio yang keren dan asik banget dari kota Wina di Austria. So saya coba sapa dulu ya. So we gonna say hello to Felix. How are you, man?
Hi. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice to be here and to chat with you. And yes, I'm doing well so far. It's the crazy new technology being live in Indonesia, but I mean Zoom makes it possible.
Yes.
Yes, I'm very
and
happy.
Of course tonight you not coming alone. You are bringing your bandmates, and I'm gonna let you to introduce them and let them say hi to our audience, our jazz lovers in Indonesia, whoever that watch this program through the YouTube, and soon that we're gonna also live in Instagram as well. Go ahead, man.
Yes, I'm coming with my two bandmates. Christoph, he's the drummer of the trio, Christoph Karas, and Martin, he's the bass player, Martin Melzer. Yeah, you can see him in the window there.
Let just them speak out, because of course Zoom technology is not recognizing you unless that you say something to the audience. So yeah, we're just gonna say hi to Martin. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you doing?
Oh, just like everybody else. I do hope that we are in a safe and sound. You know? Exactly. And also Christoph, how are you, man?
Hi, I'm great. Doing great. It's fine.
So you are like in the middle of the lights. It's very
oh, my window, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I can close it
like,
if it's
well,
too
I
much.
mean it's fine, no problem. Okay, jadi teman-teman semua, mereka bertiga ini merupakan satu grup dari Austria yang tadi saya sudah sebut namanya adalah PRIM atau trio PRIM ya. Tapi mereka lebih suka menyebutnya PRIM saja. Dan mereka ini kalau menurut saya salah satu band muda dari Austria yang sangat menarik. Dan nanti kita coba gali ya dari mereka bertiga apa-apa saja yang sudah pernah mereka kerjakan, termasuk juga kita akan mendengarkan karya-karya mereka. So I just say to my fellow audience that all of you are coming from Vienna, and then as a group, it is quite interesting to hear your concept and also your music. So we're gonna play some of your tunes later on, and we're also gonna discuss about your music, and then perhaps your plans, your vision, your vision in the future, and yeah, I mean. Perhaps when the pandemic is over, or when the international traveling, especially to the Southeast Asia or Indonesia being open, maybe you already doing something in the near future. So that's what we're gonna discuss tonight. And this is again a WartaJazz Talk for those who are just watching this program through Instagram or the YouTube. Feel free to shout out any message or questions or comments regarding the conversation. Okay, let's start out with the background, the musical background from three of you. Maybe I'll start with Martin. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about your musical background prior joining the this trio.
Yeah, my musical background. Yeah, I started playing the bass. That became my main instrument when I was 15. And back then I was listening only to punk and punk rock and metal and more like rock music. And then with the time, you know, you learn more, you play more, and then you find other music styles that are interesting for you. And so like that, I found my way slowly to jazz music. And I started with standards and with like the old masters, because my bass teachers like showed me CDs of Miles Davis, John Coltrane, all of them. And yeah, then actually when I really realized that I want to be a jazz musician and I want to play modern jazz, was when I heard the more new stuff like Avishai Cohen, lots of the Israeli jazz as well, Robert Glasper. Like I found out, yeah, okay, like there is straight ahead jazz, there is like the tradition, let's say, but something is happening right now, something very interesting, and I want to be part of that. Exactly.
I see. And what about you, Christoph?
Yeah, I started like I think it's pretty normal in Austria. I started with just with the music school. I was a little kid going into the music school, and the same as Martin, I come from a more punk rock based context at the beginning, but later on you discover new stuff. And for me it was like my first CD, my first jazz CD I bought was I think Kind of Blue from Miles Davis. And at the beginning I don't understand what was happening. It was like, okay, it was like it was so new to me that it was like, okay, I don't understand, I don't get this music. And later on I bought a Frank Sinatra CD. And this was a more common way to get into this music. Yeah, and so on. Then from that on, it evolved, and yeah, then it was not really a decision for jazz. It was more like I want to play music, and I was always interested in many styles. So this all come together in this kind of trio, and there is where I can put some madness of me into this trio and have some fun with music.
Okay, and last but not least, what about you, Felix?
For me, it was a gradual process how I came to the jazz world, so to speak. I'm originally from Germany, from a small town in southern Bavaria, and there I started out mostly playing classical music. I remember when I was 5 years old, my brother, he got piano lessons, at a good friend of my grandma's, and I just sat there and listened to him practicing and playing, and then I told my parents, okay, I want to do that too. Fast forward, I'm still playing. My brother has stopped playing, but and I started with classical training mostly. So I had classical practicing for 15, 16 years or so, and mostly started out with playing jazz as an autodidact, because I just like to improvise on different pieces and just have fun. And the first time I really got into more, like, I got the knowledge of the theoretical knowledge of like jazz theory was actually then in Vienna in Music University. And when it comes to the trio, there was one moment for me that really sealed the deal. That where I instantly knew, okay, I want to form a trio. I want to play my own kind of music. I want to play. I want to go into this direction. When I heard e.s.t, the Esbjørn Svensson trio, and this was a big, how could you say? It was like enlightening me, because I realized, okay, there is someone who thinks musically like I do, and that was Esbjørn Svensson. So then I really thought, okay, I want to form a trio. This is the thing that actually where I can express myself the best musically. Yeah, that's mostly my background.
No, it is quite interesting to see all different backgrounds, and well, I just also want to say to for anyone who interested to joining the session and doing a live, you are also welcome to join us in our Zoom. You can go directly to the website of WartaJazz, and then there is a registration form available over there. Just click over that, and when you hit the button, immediately it will pop up with the link to the Zoom, or it also generate an email automatically inform you the link to the Zoom. Just want to say hi to Mas Dwi, who also joining us in the Zoom rooms right now. So now I would like to finding out from all of you, how did you guys actually first met? Because I do know that this PRIM was like it has been different lineups before, right? Before, like this is the latest lineup with Martin and Christoph. Yeah, maybe you guys can tell us a little bit more about the trio of PRIM, or you just simply say it as a PRIM.
Christoph, you want to?
I think you have to start, Felix.
Okay.
I will take it later.
Well, PRIM started already. Started in November, I think November 2015, in different lineups, and there's a long story behind the whole trio, which would be probably too long if I would tell it now. But this is the third lineup. I met Christoph in 2017. We met because we were looking back then. We were looking for a drummer who can as a substitute for recording. We did back then 40 Days EP, and our drummer, he couldn't former drummer, he couldn't make it for the recording of one song. So we thought, okay, is there any kind of drummer that we can have as a substitute there? And a friend of mine, she knew Christoph already, and she told me about him. And then we basically met I think a week or so before the recording of the EP, and you played the song with us. And I think, yeah, then from there on, it just went on, because we had a, how could you say this? A good, yeah. We just understood each other on the spot, I think.
A good chemistry?
We had a good chemistry, yeah, on the spot. And he's been the drummer ever since. And we've done a lot of things together. And Martin, we met Martin also in 2017, but he became the bass player then in 2018. We were searching for a bass player for about a year, for a new bass player, because the old bass player had moved to Florence. As I said, a big story behind the trio. And we didn't really seem to get the right person. And Martin back then was in Berlin for a time studying there. And we already had talked with him in a year before about joining the band, but then he went to Berlin, and we thought, okay, we can't wait that long. And then it was somehow a coincidence that we were still searching for a bass player in 2018, and we remembered about Martin, and Martin was in Vienna again. Christoph had met him at a session like 2 weeks earlier or so. And we just asked him, I just phoned him and asked him, hey, you want to join the trio? And Martin was in, and that was it. So it was, yeah, it was a big coincidence that he was back from Berlin at that time again, because otherwise we probably wouldn't have this lineup now. Yeah, and I just on a personal note, I can say that I'm very grateful and lucky to have these two bandmates, because I think we really stick together. We've managed to do a lot of things, and we understand each other quite well. So that's actually a good thing came out of all the coincidences.
Christoph, you want to say something more?
Yeah, of course. I wanted to say something, but Felix told the whole story, and I want to disturb him, so it is fine. But I can remember that it was like we were doing some duo stuff, me and Felix, and I can remember that we were searching so long for a bass player, and it was like, oh man, we have to search again, okay, again and again. And we already wanted to play with Martin, but he wants to study in Berlin. I don't know why is he going to Berlin now. It's fine. But it was like, okay, and then I met him on the session and I asked him, hey Martin, you're back in Vienna again. Yeah, I'm back. So I will stay here. Okay, fine, cool. So I phoned Felix. Okay, he's here. Let's do this.
we probably gonna investigate that more. Why? Okay. You were saying that I mean, if everybody trying to look at the website of the PRIM, everybody will gonna notice that there is a pomegranate like really in front of your eyes immediately. So I'm gonna ask that question. But before that, you have stated that this ensemble, this trio is a challenge the traditional piano trio format. Of course, I do know because I was part of like the jury for the Jazz Ahead, and one of the conversation is always about if we want to select a band for the showcases. The question is always like, is it another piano trio format again? So this terminology is really like something that really quote unquote popular among programmers or festival organizers, that you might have like 3 or 4 different piano format, I mean in a trio setting, that basically challenged everyone to say what was the difference. So that's the question: is what did you mean for the this is a challenge of the traditional piano trio format? Whoever that would like to answer that question.
Martin, maybe you know something.
I think it's I mean, it's a very big question, but I think like the point is that I mean, there are many trios actually that manage to have their own sounds in my eyes, but it's very often that maybe sometimes, like, of course, when you play standards or you try to learn your to play the music of your role models, that maybe then like you listen like someone else and then it's all the same. But I think as soon as you start to just put all of your musical gadgets that you have in your bag, if you put them out and everyone in the trio does that, I think there will come something unique out of that all the time. And I think we managed that, and I also like I think this is also our the way that we want to have to the future, to always develop ourselves more and find something new about us. So yeah, I think the music is never going to stay the same, and it's never going to be like standard jazz or something. Yeah, I don't know if I managed to answer the question.
That's a big question. Well, I just want to mention some maybe another point of view, because for me the trio piano trio format is like you have at first it's our way to communicate, and I think it's, for me, this kind of format gives the right space to play the music I want. So for me it's more like it's connected with this piano, bass, drums stuff, and it's also difficult. Of course, you have to come up with some new stuff, and you have to be really creative with the music to get something new out of this format. And that's kind of the challenge, and that's also the fun behind this kind of trio stuff, for me personally, of course.
What about you, Felix?
Yeah, I think I can elaborate on that further, what Martin and Christoph said. That of course there are a lot of piano trios around, and piano trios are forming. They're out of the earth, piano like trees. But as the moment that you put your own influences into it, and everyone in the trio just puts their own influences into it, maybe from classical music, or maybe from funk, or maybe from influences that are outside of music, architecture. I don't know, like when the moment everyone just puts their influences and their inspirations and their personality into it, it already becomes something new in my perspective. Like I like a lot of piano trios, and also listen to a lot of piano trios, but I've never really listened to one trio and I thought, okay, this trio is sounding exactly like this trio and like this trio. There are similarities, but there are always differences. And this just comes from the fact that I'm Felix and I'm not this other guy, or I really like Esbjörn Svensson, but I'm not Esbjörn Svensson. I haven't been brought up in the circumstances he was brought up. I don't have the exact inspirations and influences that he had. So for us, I think as a trio, to find our own sound and to find our distinctive sound, which I already think that we have, is just a matter of putting our own personalities and our own being completely into the project, so something interesting and new can come out of it.
Yeah, this is as you guys already say, that is a quite broad subject that that one simple answer may not be answering the whole ideas who maybe lies behind. But you didn't answer my question about the pomegranate things. But I guess we're gonna keep that. We're gonna play this track first. I'm gonna play this the Garnet Tales. Perhaps before I play it, maybe any of you would like to explain a little bit what we're gonna listening to?
So we're going to listen to which track again?
This Garnet, well, the video that I'm gonna share with you right now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we recorded the video during our recording sessions in late 2019 when we recorded our latest album, Garnet Tales. These are basically snippets and different tunes in one video.
All right. So everybody who just joining this program, buat teman-teman yang baru saja bergabung, Anda sedang menyaksikan obrolan santai kami dengan PRIM, satu trio keren berisikan anggotanya 3 orang anak muda dari kota Wina, Austria. Dan kita akan lihat sedikit potongan dari karya mereka dan mungkin nanti kita bisa sama-sama nikmati dan apresiasi. Oke, enjoy. Oke, teman-teman, itu tadi sedikit pembuka dulu ya. Jadi ini sebenarnya bukan video klip, tapi lebih ke potongan dari video klip dari beberapa karya mereka yang digabungkan menjadi satu. Nanti kita akan dengarkan full track-nya setelah kita ngobrol-ngobrol sedikit lagi dengan kawan-kawan dari Austria ini. So, my next question to you guys is, continuing the question before, the pomegranate. Of course, we do know, like for us who are living in this part of the world, who are known as the biggest Muslim population in the world, we know that the pomegranate is one of the fruit that comes from heaven, because it was stated in our holy book. But perhaps you guys having something really special that you are putting into, even part of your, like a photo presentation, you also have this pomegranate. So we would like to want to explore more about the story behind this pomegranate things.
I can say something about this. Or Martin, you want?
Yeah, actually,
okay.
I wasn't part of the trio when the pomegranate came in the game the first time. So maybe you could start and I could continue.
Great idea. The pomegranate was an idea of the photographer that we work with, Johannes Reimann. He's a very out of the box thinking artist and photographer, and he used the pomegranate as a symbol for our EP 40 days. It's just a white canvas with a pomegranate on it, because he said, to me, your music is exotic like the pomegranate, and is also very it's complex on the inside, but it seems very simple on the outside. And we found that a very, very interesting, very, very nice description of our music. I wouldn't have come up with that. It's very good to have someone from the outside thinking about your music. And then we liked the pomegranate as a symbol for the music, and also the redness a bit of the pomegranate. And then we started to use it more, also to use it in our band logo. And then we also started to use it for our latest album, Garnet Tales, and maybe Martin can explain a bit about it.
Yeah, then we still like the idea of the pomegranate, and we thought, yeah, what could we do with it, or also even does it still stand for the sound we are doing? And then we suddenly had the idea that because the new music we were writing was very complex and very diverse. So like in Garnet Tales, like the music is very diverse. There is not one style or like one direction. Like we discover more kinds of music in one album. And so we thought, okay, what happens if you open a pomegranate and if you look inside, and inside of the pomegranate you have those little stones that you actually eat. And in German, pomegranate means Granatapfel, and granat is also the stone, the garnet, like it's a red jewelry stone, and we call it like the apple of the garnet because it looks like this stone. And so we came about the idea, okay, like let's call it Garnet Tales. So like it's the stories about everything that is inside of this bomb grenade. Like we want to give an insight of ourselves, of who we are, what we're listening to, and yeah, show the big diversity of facets that makes music for us, let's say. Yeah, that's the story.
Let's see. How long does it take to actually work on this project or this album?
Oof, not easy. Like I mean, like when I got into the band, there were already some new songs. So, and then like I think we started, like we recorded the album 1 year later, and we had maybe 3 songs or 4 songs already. And so all in all, also with the promotion, it's 1 year, I would say, right? Maybe also a bit more.
I think so. 1 year, about a year. Yeah,
maybe
all of the little parts, not only the recording, not only the writing, but everything.
But yes, everything. Then yeah, definitely a year and a half, maybe. Because the recording, then we recorded it in 3 days on a weekend at in the cellar studio of our label near in Upper Austria, and that was only a tiny part of it. But before getting all the people we wanted on board, and of course arranging, writing it, and then the promotion part, yeah, 1.5 years or so for sure. But I think it was worth it.
yeah, it's always funny when you think about it. You're working 1.5 years and record the complete album in 3 days. It's like you're working really much just to record it. These 3 days. It's sometimes when I think about it, you don't think that often about it, but when I think about it, it seems a little bit strange that you put that much work into, and then it all comes together in just 3 days, so to say.
And any specific moments about the 40 days? Who wrote the composition?
The composition was written by me and 2 former band members, Sherif Abdallah on drums, an Egyptian musician, and Kono Raimund. He was a bass player, a Turkish bass player before Martin. And it's an homage, it's a tribute. It's a tribute to the first drummer of the trio, who died in 2016. He was only 28 years old. We still don't know to this day, okay, why and like how he died, but we wrote it as a tribute to him. So this is, and then we re-recorded it now for the latest album, and 40 Days Reimagined. And so this is a song that really binds together the history of the trio so far, and that's a very important one for us.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare the track for these 40 days, so everyone can enjoy. Just wanna say thank you for joining. I saw there are Alfred from Chicago who joining us in Instagram. Also, thank you to Bagus, Joko, and also Cahyono, Gamal, Asunkono, and then Andrew, Alice Almira, and Yudis Saldi, and there are some others who I cannot I cannot see it right now. I need to check the Facebook, the YouTube if anyone had any questions. And for those who are joining the Zoom session, it's also feel free to ask any question or make any comments, perhaps maybe after listening to this track. So let me just put this on my screen and then spotlight to everyone. So that's the cover a little bit. And so let's just listen to this 40 days from PRIM. that was the 30 days. I think I had a little bit trouble in my connection here because I saw the red button, but I do hope that everyone could still had a good sound listening to. Otherwise, you need to check out the PRIM website to finding out more about the track that we just played. I saw there are someone who made a comments from Mas Sungkono from Instagram. He was saying that fantastic sound and ambience as well. So thank you, Mas Sungkono, for your comments. And for anyone who would like to also asking questions, for example, feel free to shout out in whatever social media that you are using right now. So let's continue to the next question. Is we just followed with this 40 days. You also had a track that somehow connect with also us in Indonesia. It's talking about the coffee bean things. So it seems like that between we're talking about the trees, you know, it's from pomegranate to the coffee bean, and somehow this also relates to the Indonesian because as I'm not sure if everybody is aware that Indonesia also had quite numerous specialty coffee in the world. So perhaps can you guys explain a little bit about that track? Maybe Martin would like to start the story.
We wrote this song together. I think it was maybe also the first song that we entirely wrote together, and we wrote it on our songwriting session in Lower Austria. Like, we decided to be a bit more creative, that we move to the house of Christoph's parents for 1 week, to stay there and to be able to only focus on writing songs and on playing. And we did that. And we played a lot, and we jammed a lot, and we wrote a lot, but there wasn't really coming a song out of that, like the first 2 days. And we were a bit frustrated, and that's why we made a break in the evening, and we drank some beer, and we played some board games, and then we went to bed at 5 in the morning, but we still wanted to be productive the next day. So we woke up at 8 with like 4 hours of sleep. We were going down into the kitchen, and we wanted to make the coffee, and the coffee machine was broken. And of course, like overtired and in that mood, we wrote this song, and suddenly we managed to get back some productive creativity.
See, it's nice. And who actually contributed a lot into this Garden Tales? Who wrote mostly the composition, or everybody is basically contributing to this album?
So most compositions on this album are mine, that I wrote in 2019 or 2018, and we have 2 tunes that we wrote together, which is Mind and the Wind and Coffee Bean Breakdown, and I wrote the Tale of Spanky McCurley together with Christoph. But right now we're writing the new material and the new album. We are writing it completely together, the first time all the tunes, and let's see how this goes. It goes quite well already, but yeah, most material is composed by me, but then arranged by all of us together.
Usually, when you talk about the creative process on the making a composition, are you deciding on the big theme first, like this Garnet Tales is like what you just explained it before, or it is something that basically comes to your mind, then you discuss with the other two band members, what about this and what about that, or what exactly your guys' creative process pathways?
So for the old material, the creative process was mostly me bringing a piano sheet, just some notes and some themes to rehearsals, and then all of us arranging it in a completely, all of us three arranging it, and everyone just bringing in their own style and their own ideas. So I never wrote any bass lines mostly or anything for the drums, because that's not my part. It's really important to have this influence and the ideas of everyone. And the kind of new creative process, what we're doing right now, is that we're writing together. We're having songwriting sessions, and we're improvising. We're trying out different things. We've met just for rehearsals without instruments, but just playing loops in Ableton, for example, in Ableton Live, and trying to do something with this. Probably Christoph can say a bit more about that, but this kind of process. Christoph, you want to elaborate on the Ableton process?
No, it's really funny, but when I think about the new creative stuff we are doing, it's so funny, because there's always someone of us always has some really I don't know how to say it otherwise, like a stupid idea, like a childish idea. So okay, let's do this, let's try this, and it's really funny, because we come up with at first it seems like totally a mess what we are doing there, but we kind of working out how to get some nice music out there. And for example, I met Felix one time at his flat, and he came up with kind of, it was like, I think, a snippet from what was it, a wrestler, a fighter. Who was this? I don't know how his name was. It's like
Santo. It's Santo, yeah.
Some talk, and we put it in Ableton and started loops and try to, okay, we started at the beginning and then we play a theme over it. Okay, then it comes back at the end. So yeah, it's like we try to make it as creative as possible and give every idea a space, and that's the funny thing about it. Of course, it takes a little bit more time when everybody brings his ideas in, but it's, for me personal, I think it gets better. It is what the music in the end is important, not the way you come to it.
I see. And I really wanted to know, before we're gonna play this track, the Mine and the Wind, it is also coming, I believe. Martin gonna say something about that track.
Yeah, the Man in the Wind actually was, I think it was the second song, or maybe it was the other way around, but let's say it was the second song of the same recording session, like Coffee Bean Breakdown. And yeah, we also wrote this song entirely together in this session. And it actually started with an idea for a bass line and with a feeling. Like I don't know, like it was a summer day, but it was one of the days that was rainy and it was very cloudy outside. And so it gave me like a specific feeling, and I tried to communicate it somehow with Christoph and Felix. And so we tried to express this feeling with the song. And then with the time, more and more things came, more and more ideas came together to that song. So you can, for example, see that the song starts very low from the tension, and it continuously starts to build up the tension till the end. And yeah, that's it actually.
I just want to mention something. The beginning. Do you know what I mean? Like this kind of, we came up with a kind of funny idea, like
you came up with that.
Yeah, I know. I know. No, it's always, I have always some rhythmical stuff happening. And at the beginning, you hear a pulse from the bass and the drums. And at the end you hear it again, and it's kind of me. It was like the inspiration was kind of a heartbeat for this. I think. Okay. For me, it was like this. Yeah.
Well, I think I do have two versions of files here. So which one that we're gonna play? From the Mind and the Wind. Felix, maybe you could help me to choose.
What are the files names?
Yeah, I mean it's the bigger files and the smaller file. Which one that you would like me to? I'm gonna play the track anyway. It's
a video file of Mind and the Wind. We only have I sent you the master file of Mind and the Wind.
Okay. So I'm just gonna play that. Let me just select the file, and yeah, again, for anyone who just joining this session, feel free to shout out your comments, and also if you like to join the Zoom session, the link is available in our website WartaJazz.com. Jadi teman-teman yang mau bertanya langsung ya, nanti boleh join ke sesi Zoom kita dan linknya ada di websitenya WartaJazz. Feel free kalau misalnya pengen join di sesi kita pada malam hari ini. Saya akan putarkan satu track yaitu Mind and the Wind yang tadi sudah dikasih komentarnya oleh Martin ya. Oke, ini oke. So let's enjoy from PRIM, Mind and the Wind. Ya, itu tadi satu komposisi dari teman-teman PRIM yang malam hari ini menjadi tamu spesial di WartaJazz Talks edisi ke-41. Saya lihat ada beberapa teman yang sudah join di Instagram. Terima kasih Mas Agam, Mas Dwi, ada siapa lagi nih? Ada Mas Aziz, ada Mas Darmawan, Mas Rahmat. Thank you for joining. Nanti pertanyaannya disimpan dulu ya. Nanti kita siapin untuk sesi terakhir, untuk sesi tanya jawab. So for those who are already joining with us in Zoom, thank you very much. Please save your questions. At the very end of this program, we will gonna allow you to ask questions directly to our friends from Austria. It is always interesting to listen something that I believe fresh, and especially coming from different parts of the world, and this is in particular coming from Austria. So I would like to want to know about the music scene, especially before and during these challenging times in Europe, also in Austria in general. So how is it for you guys?
Yeah, like after, like let's speak now about the situation after the pandemic. Now things seem to come back quite more or less to normal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the summer was very beautiful, and we played a lot of gigs with the trio, and also like in all of the other projects. But yeah, let's see. Could be that in winter, maybe if we're really unlucky, could be that we will have a lockdown again, and then we can't play anymore. Yeah.
What about you, Christoph and Felix?
Yeah, it was a difficult time, as you said it. For me, it was a little bit. It was kind of a new experience to have that less work, to have so much time left. It was totally as it has some. Of course, it's not good when you can't do your work, but it was like we were working a lot, and we were playing a lot, and a lot of stuff. It was kind of also a nice experience to have time to think about the music, to have time to come up with some new stuff. And I think we always, when the pandemic started, yeah, of course, at the beginning there were many lockdowns and stuff and so on. But then we started to write songs and start to play music again. And for me, it was like a kind of nice experience, because there was so much time to explore stuff, to get something new working. And of course, now we are just dealing with the situation. The summer, as Martin said, it was great. Yeah, let's see what comes up in winter, because yeah, it can get worse, it can get better. We don't know. It's like kind of gambling. Yeah.
Well, for me, it was very difficult at the beginning, and also from October, November on, when new lockdowns came. We had a few, I think two months or so that where it was possible to play, but then it immediately shut down again. I think the scene in total, the music scene in Austria has managed to get by and has managed to get through the time quite well, in my opinion. I think artists and musicians have it a bit in their blood, have it a bit in the blood to go against the stream of normality, and also to be very, could you call it? Yes, very, in German you would say zäh, very, yeah, people who can endure a lot, and musicians and artists in total. So the whole pandemic didn't really crush this scene. Of course, still things are gradually coming back to normal, especially for internationally touring musicians. Even if you can play in Austria now, and it's possible, and it's no problem in Austria right now, it can still be challenging, and I think will be challenging for 2022 to be able to tour internationally. And that's, I think, the biggest problem still for a lot of musicians, for a lot of artists I know in Vienna and Austria, that Austria is quite a it's not a very big country. And of course, as part of the EU, musicians in Austria are required, or they have to tour internationally and also tour in the EU, and have to be able to cross borders. And I think that's still the biggest challenge and the biggest problem for the future.
I see. But how is your summer? I mean, can you still doing some tour in Europe like it used to be now?
Well, we actually toured now in July. We toured through Poland. It was supposed to be last April, and of course it got postponed. But we were actually able to tour now in July, and it was with some restrictions. Of course, you have to have a test to enter the country, or you have to be vaccinated. But the experience to have this again was actually amazing to be able to tour again. Right now we're playing mostly in Austria and Vienna for the next months, and we're not having a lot of international concerts planned. We're right now we're booking for 2022 and want to tour there, but from different event organizers, we know we've seen that they are still not sure about booking international bands, and it's still quite difficult because no one knows how the situation will change. So I think international touring, especially outside of Europe, will still be difficult, at least for 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to share something in the screen while we talk. So I think this is coming from your international tour before. So let me just do something, because I was trying to share and it doesn't really work, but hopefully this one everyone can do it. Okay, so this was like a few pictures coming from different occasion. Looks like I do know that you guys are also doing a tour Asia. You've been visiting China, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When was that?
Christoph?
Sorry.
You want to?
I was looking at the pictures because I was thinking about, like, okay, where did we play there? Oh God, no. I think that's mainly the pictures from China. Yeah, we had in 2019 we had a tour a 1 week tour in China. It was great fun and a great experience.
You see, anything specific that you'd like to share about this experience in as far as concerning about playing there?
There are so many funny things we can tell about, because touring is always fun. You never know what will happen next. It's like, so for example, we were of course we were in Beijing, and so we want to visit the how is it called? I forgot it. Felix?
The Forbidden City.
The Forbidden City. Thank you. And we thought, okay, we will manage to get back to the hotel normal way, like with a taxi, everything will went fine, and we will go to the gig. So we thought, okay, let's eat at Peking duck. Yeah, there are great restaurants. We drove to a restaurant because we thought that there is some time left. Yeah, so at the end we take the wrong direction. We were lost in Beijing. We don't found back to our hotel, and then we try to communicate with hands and feet and so on, just to get some direction where we can go. And yeah, it was great fun. At the end of the day, it worked out, and we all we managed to get to the gig, but it was always on the so like the last thing that we just in time. Yeah. Maybe
so what was
Felix, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe Felix, do you want to add something? Okay, it was such a long day.
Yeah. We had another story where we came late, or came late to a concert. We were in Ningbo. It's a city with 8 million inhabitants, so basically a middle-sized city for China. And we played there on the evening before. It was, I think, the day before our last concert, and then we had to drive with the train. We had to go by train back to Beijing, and there we had a concert at, I think, 5 p.m. And it's like 1,500 kilometers or so to get from Ningbo to Beijing. And it took us like 7 hours by train, and I think we came there at 4. We came to the train station in Beijing, and at 5 was the gig. So it was already a tight schedule, but then we waited, I think, for an hour for a taxi. And we drove with the taxi into the city center, and as Beijing is very big, it takes quite some time to get in there. So I think it was, I don't know, 4:30, it was 5:30, or it was already near 6 when we came to the venue. Our booker, he was already searching sort of for us, because it was kind of difficult to reach one another somehow. And he drove by in a car, and he started to shout at the taxi, Felix, where are you guys? Come on, everyone is waiting. So apparently there were 100 people in the club waiting there and already asking, where is the music? So we just went into the club. We didn't even have a sound check. We just put on some fresh clothes, and we went onto stage and just started playing 1.5 hours. It was a really great gig, but I mean, it was a crazy experience. Yeah, there are so many stories of that tour. You know, I think we could probably fill 5 hours with this.
Yeah, but I forgot this one.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot this one that this happens.
It was a great tour. I mean, it was great audiences. We met a lot of lovely people, which is one of the best things when you tour, that you are able to work and able to, but by traveling, and you meet a lot of interesting, lovely people that you can, with good chemistry also, and good people. So I like that. That's a big part of why I like touring. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I'm just about to ask this question. And what was the thing that you greatly miss, especially, during this this period of time? And to continue with that, is there any plan to visit, say, Southeast Asia, or perhaps even put Indonesia in your plans for the future?
Martin, maybe you wanna?
Just a second. Yeah. Of course, like as soon as the international situation is a bit more secure and easier to travel, when this ever going to be, and if it's ever going to be, then of course we would be very interested to visit Indonesia, to visit also more of Asia, maybe to have a tour in Indonesia, and maybe visiting also some countries more. Yeah.
Would be wonderful, yeah, definitely. I haven't been to Indonesia personally yet, but I think it's would be a really cool experience meeting people there, playing there. Definitely. So if someone wants to book us, we're in.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Yeah.
We're in.
We're in.
Let's go.
Yeah, why not? I believe there are some people coming from festivals also watching this program. I wanted to say hi to Jazz Blues Mojokerto, and also Mbak Meta Lagita, which is coming from outside Indonesia at the moment, and also Mas Ehsan Fiangono. And I think there are some questions that being shout out in Instagram, so I'm gonna ask that question later on. I think we still have 2 tracks here. One is the video, which was from the Central European Jazz Showcase, I believe. We're gonna play that at the end of this show. But before that, I would like to play The Tale of Spunky Macaulay. And perhaps Christoph would like to share something before I play the track.
Should I share something now or later? I don't get it.
Now.
Okay, good. Okay, the whole song is based on a simple melody from Felix. He came up to me one day and said, "Okay, I have this funny little melody," and then he said, "Okay, and now do something with it." Okay, that's you can't do you can't say something like this. You can't say something like this to a drummer, because then rhythmical madness happens mostly every time. So I'll just to explain the idea of the song. So we have a nice little melody, and what I tried to do is I came up with some rhythmical ideas. Maybe we can call it rhythmical illusions, that the audience hears the beat in a kind of different way. Believe it or not, the whole song is in 4/4. It's a 4/4 feel. It's always the same pulse, but it's always displaced and always kind of weird. And my idea behind this kind of stuff is like like just tension and release, just on a rhythmical bass. Because when you break up like an even pulse and you do something different, you're creating tension. Okay, so that is the whole idea of the song for me. Is from a rhythmical point of view. Yeah. Halo.
Ya, teman-teman, kita akan dengerin dulu satu track dari teman-teman Austria ini ya. Judulnya adalah The Tale of Spanky McCauley, tadi barusan dijelaskan sedikit oleh Christoph. Dan setelah ini kita akan masuk ke sesi tanya jawab atau question and answer. So feel free to shout out any question. I will gonna read that question for all of you guys. Enjoy The Tale of Spanky McCauley. Now I understand your explanation. Okay, now let's open up the session that everybody has been waiting for. I do know there are some questions from people also in Zoom. So from Mas Dwi, who would like to ask questions to all of you guys. So let me just open up Mas Dwi. So let's.
Yo, Agus.
Yes, go ahead.
Halo, ya clear ini mata nih. Rupanya udah jam 10:30. Ya, hi Martin, Christoph, Felix. It's great music. Thank you for your kind of music. And I like the description provided by your out-of-the-box thinking photographers, saying the inside is very complex, but outside is very simple. So that's what I was listening to your music. It looks like I'm sitting in front of a small house in Bed Ossi and looking at the very grand landscape over there. I was visiting Bed Ossi in 2016, visiting my friend there, and it was a beautiful landscape, just like your music. I like so much. So, do you have any particular message why you create a unique type of music, which is different with other jazz music? Maybe you have special message throughout your songwriting. Itu aja Mas Gus. Thank you.
Thank you, Mas Dwi. So let me just reiterate. Is there any specific message that you would like to convey throughout your composition? That was the question.
That's a very good question. Thanks first of all for being here, and it's wonderful that you like our music, and thanks for the question. I think for me personally, there's not one specific message that we have through our music. I think it's a mixture. It's a mixture of different ideas and a mixture of different people, of the characters of the different people. Maybe if I could pick one message, is that it's always good to be diverse, and diversity is really nice. Is a really good thing in music, but also can be is a really good thing in life as a whole.
Yeah.
Because through different influences and through diversity, you get something unique, and you still get something united. So our music is diverse, but also united. And I think for me, that's also important for life in general too. Diversity rules. Maybe, yeah. Christoph, Martin, you have a different idea?
Not really different. Well, of course, I don't see a big message. I have a lot of ideas what I want to communicate with the music. For example, Spanky is for me fun. For me, it's like a little joke, a wonderful little nice joke, yeah. And of course, when somebody's laughing, when he listens to Spanky or she listens to Spanky, that's fine for me, because that's the idea of the whole rhythmical stuff. There is like tension and having fun. That's all what it is about for me. And for me, it's also like I can't give something a message. But the best thing in music is everybody who listens to the music listens to it in a different way. So I can't try to put a message in my music, but I can't. I just can hope that somebody listens it in this kind of purpose. So that's for me really important to think. Okay, when I want to communicate something, maybe it comes out, but maybe it doesn't, because everybody listens it in a different kind of way. So it's, yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Mas Dwi. Mudah-mudahan menjawab pertanyaannya ya. Oke, saya lihat juga ada beberapa yang barusan juga berkomentar, ada Mbak Meta tadi, dia bilang great music and nice to know Austrian musicians. So say hi, thank you for Mbak Meta. Meta is Indonesian pianist who at the moment residing in other Southeast Asian countries. So it's nice to see him that's joining. I also saw the Stefan, a drummer from France, is also joining, and also Yuichiro Tokuda from Japan. Thank you for joining the session. So it's people from different parts of the world is also enjoying this conversation. I do hope that everyone is having a great time listening to the good music. Next question is if anyone would like to listen more and perhaps wanted to buy CDs or vinyl, if you do have one, where should they go or contact?
So the easiest thing is for everyone to first go to our homepage. I think that's you have that. I mean, I could write it in the chat, but you also have that it's also in the talks description, talks flyer. And then there go to the discography and maybe buy go on to our Bandcamp page through there. Or through there go to the website of Alessa Records. Alessa Records. I can write all this in the chat also if you want. And then buy something from the label website. I think that's yes. But it all goes through our homepage if someone is interested in more infos and more things.
Teman-teman kalau pengen menikmati karya dari PRIM ini tinggal masuk aja ke websitenya, which is sangat simple ya ininya. Alamat websitenya tinggal diketik aja PRIM Trio, itu nanti di Google pasti akan muncul alamat website dari teman-teman Austria ini. Tapi kalau misalnya Anda kesulitan, Anda bisa juga pergi ke website WartaJazz atau mungkin ngecek di caption yang ada di Instagram WartaJazz. Mereka juga ada akunnya di Instagram, bisa di follow at the Instagram. So for anyone who would like to follow PRIM, it's also available there. Besides the YouTube as well. And speaking about YouTube, let me just play this track. I think we still do have some more minutes before we say goodbye. Well, it's almost 2 hours now, and it seems that it's very short time. It's just like as usual. I would like to check if Mas Agam, which is also joining us in a Zoom session, would like to give some comments or questions. Let me check first. Mas Agam, let's see. Mas Agam is one of the Indonesian famous jazz guitarists. So let's see if I can see him right now. Okay. Halo Mas Agam.
Halo,
ya,
Mas Agus.
Tadi udah nyimak beberapa lagu mungkin ya dari Austria ini. Mungkin ada komentar atau sesuatu, Mas?
Ya, saya suka sekali musiknya. Apalagi setelah mendengar lagu yang kedua, ya. Waktu mendengar lagu pertama agak bingung sih. Ya, karena musiknya terasa statis gitu ya, datar. Kecuali di drumnya gitu. Tapi emang terasa cukup dalam gitu lagu pertama tuh. Begitu, jadi saya pengen banyak nanya itu, tapi begitu dengar lagu yang kedua, saya pikir udah saya nggak perlu nanya lagi, udah asik lah. Suka sekali saya musiknya. Dan sudah terwakili oleh Mas Dwi dari pertanyaan saya. Oke, Mantap, 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 mantap.
Okay. Terima
Yeah,
kasih
so-
Mas Agam. So Mas Agam just said that he really liked the music. He was having a lot of thoughts when he listened to the first track, but and he was noticing about the drummer. But then when he listened to the second track, and then it's like answering the whole questions that he has in his mind. And he about to ask the other question, but that has been said by Mas Lee. So thank you, Mas Agam, for your thoughtful comments. Anyone from the Zoom session still would like to ask question? Feel free. I think we still do have like 5 or 10 minutes before we say goodbye. As I said, let's just perhaps enjoy this video first, which is coming from the Central European Jazz Showcase. Perhaps before I play the video, Martin or Felix or Christoph would like to explain a little bit about the music that we're gonna listen and watch right after this.
Martin, you want to, or
I don't know.
I actually was muted because I was thinking that someone of you wants to say something.
always?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get this video just, I think this week, no, last week. And yeah, we played at the Central European Jazz Showcase, and I think we took Coffee Bean Breakdown. We will hear the broken coffee machine now.
Screaming.
Yeah.
So let's just enjoy the music and probably talk a little bit more right after this one. So when this was happening?
But if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections.
So this was happening in end of June this year. It was supposed to be last November, but then of course COVID postponed. And it was in Czech Republic in Brno, the Showcase Festival.
I see. And perhaps you could tell us a little bit what is this the Showcase thing, because it's not very familiar for most of us in Indonesia, this kind of stuff.
Okay, the Showcase Festival. So this showcase was organized by a Czech promoter, and like, yeah, Czech promoters actually, and it featured, like, there were delegates. There are delegates there from Poland, from Austria, from Czech Republic, from basically Central Europe, but also some from Italy and Ireland. Mostly promoters, radio hosts, journalists, labels also, and it was organized as a possibility for bands, yeah, to showcase their music in front of industry, in front of industry people, basically. So right. It was a good opportunity for us to meet some people and just have nice chats with people that you normally only get via mail. So yeah,
right,
it was fun.
I think it's also fun for me to host this conversation tonight, but of course, see, that's 2 hours is like push, it seems so short, but it is what it is. I believe that people are still hungry for more. I do know that some people are having some just comments like Mas Ajiskan from Bogor, who are asking if the band had any plan to perform in Indonesia, and obviously you already answered that question before. So I would like to say thank you very much for all of you guys for share some stories and music behind, and also would like to say thank you very much for those who are listening to our conversation and perhaps joining from the Instagram or YouTube later on, because this is also available in our WartaJazz channel in YouTube right after this. Before we say goodbye, I would like to just mention a few people who are just visiting. I know there are some Indonesian musicians also checking out, like one of the famous guitarist Tohpati is also watching in Instagram, and also there are Mas Rashid, Hanif, Budiboyo, Andi Witanto, Eric Sondi, which is a jazz pianist from Bali, is also joining, and I don't know, maybe this one is from China, JZ Chun, is also joining in Instagram. So thank you very much for everyone who joining with us. I do hope that you guys are enjoying as much as I do listening to this fresh trio from Austria. Before we say goodbye, perhaps I would like to give you just very short closing statement, maybe starting from Christoph, and then followed with Martin and Felix. Go ahead, guys.
So I want to say thank you from Vienna. It was a great pleasure and a really fun talk, I think. I hope everybody gets to know us a little bit better and have fun and enjoy listening our talk. It was really funny. Thank you for having us. And yeah, hopefully we come to Indonesia. Hopefully next year. Yeah.
Good.
Martin?
Yeah. I also want to say thank you very much to first to Agus. Thanks for having us and for organizing this great opportunity to get in touch with so many people in Indonesia. And also thanks to everyone that was part of the talk right now and to everyone who will watch it in the future. And yeah, I also hope that maybe one day we can play in Indonesia and see something of the great culture there and of the great country, because Indonesia is still like a country that not so many people in Europe I would say like know much about or go there traveling. It's still like maybe a little paradise to discover for us. Exactly. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, terima kasih banyak for having us. Thanks to Agus and Aji, you couldn't be here today. For hosting it, for having us, and we'll see us, I don't know, in 2 months maybe. Let's see. Let's see in Indonesia as soon as possible. Yeah, we'd love to meet you all.
All right. Thank you very much, all of you guys. I do hope that you are stay healthy and as Felix was mentioning, maybe we're gonna meet in the next 2 or 3 months. We don't know, because things are moving so fast during these challenging times. But anything is possible, and let's keep that hope in our mind, and hopefully that we can really meet you guys in person sometime soon in Indonesia. Inshallah. That's what we say.
Stay healthy, friend. Stay healthy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You too.
So this is Agustus Basuni speaking from WartaJazz House Gallery in Cimanggis, Indonesia. Thank you for watching this WartaJazz Talks. Don't forget that every Monday we have the WartaJazz Monday Lounge. For those who are would like to get to know the latest music or any new works coming out from the Indonesian musician, and also the session is also open up for any international artists who just released an album or single or EP. So feel free to write us the email address you can find in our Instagram and our website as well. So thank you very much again. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi